we're going to organize our galleries by making them smarter. Our first step is create a category called Workshop. Then a subcategory, and in this case we're going to call it Bahamas 2011-10. Then from there we're going to create individual galleries for each attendees. Once those galleries are created, then we're going to turn those galleries into a smart gallery. The rules will be applied to all photos. The keyword and where name is, the name will be substituted with the attendee's full first and last name. The second rule, again, all photos, keyword, and in this case it'll be Bahamas 2011-10. Here we are on our website. Since I'm already logged in, I have these tools right here available for me. Now, we created a category called Workshop. All we did was from here, clicked on Upload, create a new gallery, and now the category, we named it Workshop. Let me get right down to it. And then the subcategory was Bahamas 2011-10. Now, by creating it this way, let me back out of this for you, we're able to organize our images a little bit better. So when I click on Workshop, let's say we did another workshop in the Bahamas in 2012. From here, I would create a new gallery. From here, give it a subcategory. We're going to give it a new name. And again, this will be Bahamas 2012. And let's say we did that in October also. A gallery name. And this right here is where we would input the attendees' names. I'm just going to put the word, or the gallery Vanelli. When I click on Save, I'm going to back out. And here we are in Workshops again. Notice we have the Bahamas 2011-10. Now we have another category, or subcategory, Bahamas 2012. If I click on that, here's Vanelli, my gallery itself. So if you look at these as folders, you're creating a folder called Workshop. From Workshop, you're creating a subfolder called the Bahamas. Now, in this case here, we added each student that attended the workshop. Now, what we want to do is make these galleries that the students are going to be uploading to smart galleries. So, let's click on, let's say, my buddy Dave here. If I click on my buddy Dave, notice these images are already here. Now, these images were uploaded by me via email. All we did was come down here and create the keywords Bahamas 2011-10 and then his full name, David MacArthur. So let's back out of this again. And if we click on Settings, make this gallery smarter. So if I click on this, here were the rules that we applied. We said include all photos and the keyword David MacArthur. Then we created another rule, my photos again, keyword, this time Bahamas 2011-10. For the matching rules, instead of any, we're going to click all. Now if I clicked on any, and if I click refresh, notice any rules that applied or any keywords that had the words Bahamas 2011-10 or David MacArthur would actually show up here. Since that's not what we want to tell it all we want are just these keywords and put them into this category. Click on Vanelli again. Now, why is this so really cool and so important? Well, from here we have another category called emails. What we did was we had each of the attendees upload their images via email to this directory. Once they did that and they used the keywords, from there, those keywords were applied to put into those other categories. Now, I'm going to use my buddy Vince here, for example. Now, notice we have Vincent Lindsay. Here's Bahamas. If I edit this, and let's just erase the name for a moment. and save. Now, when we go back to those categories in the Bahama workshop, now we're going to look down for Vince, and notice it didn't appear. Because if I click on the galleries, making this smart gallery, notice the keywords were Vince Lindsay, and then of course the Bahamas. Since we got rid of Vince, notice that that's not going to show up. So let's go back again. And I'm going to go back to my email setting, or my email gallery. Find our buddy Vince. And now I'm going to add that keyword back. And I have to make sure I have a comma. And there's Vince. Click Save. It's going to take a second for it to index. We'll refresh it. There we go. Now when we go back into the Bahama gallery, we're going to notice that Vince is now added back in again. So what we need to do is have our students upload the images to our email folder or gallery. From there, the keywords that they use will automatically put them in their own subcategories or their own galleries from there. Here, let's do one more example. I'm going to click on my buddy Andrew, click Settings. Now from Settings, we're going to make this a smart gallery. Notice the keywords aren't in here yet. Since we already used the keywords for Bahama, that's going to show. We're going to create another rule, keywords again, and this time, Andrew Lacey. Now we have to make sure that the matching rules are set to all. Click Refresh, and click Save. Return back to the gallery. Now, if you notice, no photos were selected. And that's because the keyword that we gave to that actual image, we'll go right back to it. Let's see, under Vanelli. And here he is. Notice the keyword doesn't have his last name. So if I click Edit, place a comma, then his full name, click Save. It's going to take a second for it to index. Hit refresh, that usually helps it. Good, it's done. Now if we go back to the settings, notice it added him automatically. And again, this is a really, really cool feature because instead of me having to go through all 15 to 20 people's images, so if each person were to upload, let's say 30 images each, and we have 10 students, well, that's 300 images I have to sort. So by allowing them to enter their keywords using their last name and another keyword trigger, in this case, the name of the gallery, which is the Bahamas 2011, it automatically sends them to each of their folders.